Welcome back to the second part of this video series where I explain my first experience with the PlayStation. Here I'm just going to go through more games that I didn't get the chance to cover in the first video and to show you my experiences and thoughts of the games in question that are on offer. So keep watching and we'll get into the second part. I'd actually spent most of the evening looking at the game case for this game, and I was so excited to actually play it. I couldn't actually believe how good it looked in the case. I just took it all in. I was looking at everything. I was absorbing all the information I could find out. And even though we played a load of the other games and we hadn't played them for a while, I just was itching to get at to play this here game. I knew myself there was just something special about it when I've seen the cover and I seen how cool it was. Now I know for me, I usually wouldn't be a one for watching the likes of horror movies. I never was really into like guts and gore and all that kind of stuff. I always kind of shied away from it, but for some reason I just felt drawn to playing this game because it just looked so cool. And out of all the games that I had played up to that point, apart from some of the demos, it was easily the most realistic looking of all the games because you were actually playing as genuine people as well. And you were running around a big scary house, and then my mate was like, "Oh, you actually be shooting zombies and running away from them." And I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah." He says it's scary as hell, and I'll be honest, I was actually afraid actually, but then at the same time I was just like, "Yeah, I have to see this for myself." And from the moment the intro dropped, and once I got through to actually starting the game, my mate actually played it at first though, just to kind of show me around the place, and then eventually then I had a go of it as well, but I was just like, this is insane. I could not get over the details, the graphics, the fact that you could move the character around and you were able to interact with so many different things, and how cool the graphics looked and how eerie it all felt. It was just absolutely insane. And this moment here was just something else. I'll tell you what, if I nearly didn't crap myself in that moment, there was definitely something wrong. I was just like, when I seen that, because Mark couldn't wait to show me that part. He's like, "Dude, wait till you see this," and I was just like, holy crap. It really did. It just completely just scared the crap out of me. I was just like, whoa. I honestly couldn't believe what I was actually seeing when I was playing this. It actually would jump from you playing it to a cutscene that you were actually, it's like as if you were just sitting watching an actual movie or that you were part of a movie. It's like stuff I'd seen in movies that I'd be watching growing up. Even the ones I was afraid to watch as well, and I was just like, this is insane. It got better and better. I'll be honest, actually, when I got round to get my first go of it, I didn't even know how to control the character. I couldn't even run. I didn't even know how to shoot. I kept having to ask my mate Mark, "Dude, what do I do?" I haven't a clue, and he was there laughing at me the whole time. And I didn't even know. I was just kind of taking small steps. And as soon as a zombie would appear, I would just crap myself altogether. I didn't even know what to do. I just totally panicked. It was absolutely insane. It's just the sense of fear, the sense of excitement, everything about this game was just I could not believe what I was seeing. And then say the zombies were so freaking scary. The moans and groans of them. As soon as you seen them, that was it. You were crapping yourself, literally. It was just insane. Even looking at the inventory system, like how detailed it was, the fact that you could check the guns and the equipment that you had. I remember even Mark showing me this, says, look how real this looks, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this before, not to this extent, not how realistic it looks. Just absolutely incredible. And it was so unique. The fact is that you were actually roaming around the mansion all on your own, just filled with zombies and monsters, and you were literally just having to watch every corner and try to figure out where to go next. And it was just like a maze. You were just trying to figure out everything, like, and there was so many jump scares. Yeah, it scared the crap out of me. Honest to God. Absolutely insane. This really is my favourite game of all time. I don't care what anyone says. If anyone asks me what's your favourite game, I'll always say this all the time. Because this was like, for all the other games I had played, this was the one that literally blew my socks off. And I raved about it, and I still rave about it even to this day. This game is just absolutely insane. I love it. And anyone else that would have played it for the first time, I'd imagine it felt the same. Once I'd gone through playing all the other games on the list, Resident Evil and even some of the demos, I actually went and gave this a go. Because this was something Mark was eager for me to play as well, which is Time Commando. And I'd been looking at the cover for it, and it actually did look pretty cool, I have to admit. Because again, it was very similar looking in the likes of Resident Evil in terms of the fixed cameras. And I was like, oh, I'm eager to give this a go. Because it did look pretty cool, and to be honest, my mate was always more into the futuristic style type of games anyway, so it definitely was more his thing. Now I will admit, even when I first seen it, I was like, graphically, I thought Resident Evil definitely looked better, but at the same time I was like, you know what, this actually looks pretty cool. Just, it was definitely tough to get used to, because I'd never really played many games before with controls that you had to move characters around in 3D space, because like, I was completely just blown away. But Resident Evil, I did not know what to do, even though I thought it was freaking awesome. And it was the same with this here. This was more of the same, but it was actually a lot more difficult to control, and I really didn't know what to be doing with it at all. So it did take me a good few tries to get into it, but again, Mark had a few tries of it and he actually showed me what to do. But again, I knew myself I would have had to just keep playing it. I didn't realise you had to hold one of the buttons and then use the directions then to attack. It took quite a while to get the hang of it. Yeah, it definitely took quite a while to get used to it, so it did. This actually, I actually have to say now I enjoyed it. And now a lot of people now would say that it's not really that good of a game, but I have to say now I enjoyed it. I liked the whole aesthetic of it. I loved the backgrounds, the scenery. Even the graphics may not have, in my opinion, been as good as Resident Evil, but I actually thought it was really good. And still, it was unique. It was just something that was completely different that I'd never seen before. Yeah, it was definitely a lot slower paced as well. So it definitely took a long time to really kind of figure out what to do. I think actually when I first played it, I think I actually couldn't even kill the first enemy. I think I actually got killed by him. I actually didn't, because I hadn't a clue what I was doing. I was just like, whoa, I'm completely out of my depth with this one. Yeah, I definitely didn't get this far on my first attempt. No, I definitely did not get this far. I was so completely just blown away by just the way these type of games played, because it's like you have all these elements of games that you're playing. Like if I would have played like Sonic the Hedgehog or Super Mario Brothers or Donkey Kong or something like that, but you had it in a 3D environment. I was just like, holy crap, I just couldn't believe what I was actually seeing. Yeah, it was tough as hell, but I have to say, no, I loved it. I thought it was pretty cool. Because what actually happened was I actually enjoyed playing it that much, even though it was really difficult. I actually ended up staying until about 3 or 4 in the morning playing the computer. My mate had actually fallen asleep, and I literally went and played through most of the games again, trying to figure them out. And I actually went and played this one again. I was like, right, I want to give this a real go as well. So I did. Because I just wanted to figure out how it worked. But you know what, I have to say it was really good, even though it was tough as hell. The next game I was really excited to play, from what I seen on it, on the demo cover, was Monster Trucks. Again, because I do really like racing games, and I thought to myself, this actually looks really cool. The fact that you can actually get to drive monster trucks, I was like, Jesus, really just, you know. And then when I started playing it and realised that you could actually explore and go out of the map, was just absolutely insane. And the fact is you could just do crazy jumps. It was absolutely mental. I had so much fun with it, just messing around. And the one thing I actually really liked about it, because I was playing this particular level here, I was constantly trying to explore, trying to go out of the map, and it does allow you to actually do that, because there is a lot of open world elements to it in the full game. And I just thought, yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I know probably it wouldn't be the greatest of games considering a lot of other type of games that are out there, but for the fact that this was the first Monster Trucks game that I'd ever truly played in 3D, I was just like, whoa. I was just completely just gobsmacked by it. I was like, I'm playing so many cool games, like I'm just absolutely spoiled for choice here. No matter where I go, I can play just some awesome, not only just full games, but the demos are equally as good. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just like, again, like I was saying, it was speechless. So I had so much fun playing these demos and games. So much to talk about, so many awesome memories playing these things. Yeah, really cool, I have to say. I definitely enjoyed this demo, so I did. Mark also had another demo on one of the discs, and it was actually a sequel to the Wipeout game I had actually played on one of the original demo discs, Wipeout 2097, and he was like, yo Peter, you have to have a go at this one here is just as good as the first demo you played. and I was like, yeah, cool. And I went and I played it, and I couldn't get over the difference between the two. Like the first one that I played, I thought was awesome, even though it was a bit difficult to control. But I instantly found myself being able to feel at home a lot more with this one, because the handling on the ships and stuff were a lot better. The tracks were actually wider, and just the overall graphics and the features and animations were actually way better as well. Plus the soundtrack in it, the song that they had in it was brilliant as well. I can't exactly remember the name of it, but I know from when I played this later on, the full game, it's still in my opinion got one of the best soundtracks ever in any video game, even to this day. It's such an incredible game. But yeah, I totally enjoyed the demo, even though it was only just the one track. But yeah, I played this quite a bit also. Like, I found this just to be really enjoyable. Now, it took me a few tries to really get good at it, I will admit. I think for the first while, I think the highest I could get to was like 3rd place, but I think eventually, once I played it enough, I think I did eventually win one race. I did manage to win one race. But yeah, it's like going back to all the other games that I actually mentioned here that I've been playing. It's just, I couldn't believe what I was actually seeing. Like, going from one extreme to the next, you're going straight away from playing 2D games, like on the Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, Sega Master System, and then you go and jump onto this, and it was just beyond anything else. Like I mentioned, like it was just a total leap and massive eye opener. It was absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'd always state that it was definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had in video games, because like it was so different in terms of what was there, and I really had never, at that point, had never seen anything like it. And not only that, to play the amount of games that I'd actually played, and each of them so different and so unique in their own way, it was just an absolutely incredible experience, and it just paved the way for what was really to come in that respect, in terms of the games that just were available, and even getting to know more about the console, and to look forward to most of the games I was going to play more into the future. So it was an incredible experience, and for me it's one that will never be bettered. I remember well when I first played Formula 1, the demo consisted of playing one race in the Nürburgring for 3 laps, and you ended up being able to pick a load of different drivers. I, of course, picked Michael Schumacher, and I was just like, when I seen what was available, I was just,
round 14 of the championship.
I was absolutely astonished by the graphics in this game. Not only by the graphics, but the sounds. You had Murray Walker doing the commentating. It's just, everything was so authentic, because I used to love watching Formula 1 as a kid growing up. On a Sunday evening, you'd always be watching the races whenever they were on TV, but to actually get to play it and to actually see it in such an authentic way, I was completely gobsmacked. I thought, right, playing those other games were amazing, and they were, but then I seen this, I was like, oh, this is absolutely incredible. I was just like, holy, I don't even want to say it, I was just completely blown away by it. This is just incredible. Even by today's standards, I still think this looks cool. And even the sounds of the engines, I was just like, holy Jesus, this is just, the more I played the PlayStation, the more I fell in love with it instantly. Like that evening when I first played it, I was just like, I've never experienced anything like this. Never in my whole life. Like, in the selection of games that I had there, even just the demos, I got so much fun out of playing these demos. I was just like, oh my god. You'll have to excuse my driving, I'm not the best. I haven't played this really in a while. But I was just like, just looking at it, I was just like, this is incredible. This is exactly just like the real thing. Even the sounds of the cars, the commentating, I was just like, it felt like you were actually watching a race, like on TV. I just listened to it, it's insane how authentic it is to the way the cars were back then. That's what they actually genuinely sounded like. I was just, yeah. It just got better and better and better and better the more I played it, and then this was one of, if not the icing on the cake, apart from Resident Evil. To have like zombies running around after you, and then literally be able to jump into a Formula 1 car and actually just drive it, and to have it so authentic, I was just like, Jesus. I know I'm probably swearing a lot, but this is how it felt like, and I was 14 at the time. Now I wasn't exactly a child, like, but I was still just totally gobsmacked. But I was definitely at that impressionable age where all I was just mad into video games. But then to play this for the first time and to play these demos and these games, it was just absolutely insane. That's why I'll always say, even starting off, it's just PlayStation is my favourite console of all time, hands down. I'll never forget that first experience with it, all these games. I was just, like I said, I was left absolutely speechless. Even when I think back of it today, the big smile on my face it leaves with me, I'm still speechless by how good it was and how good it still is. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that agree with me, because a lot of people would have played the PlayStation as their first console as well, or first entry into playing 3D games and realistic games, and it's just like, wow, just wow. And it just got better and better and better the more I played it. And what actually happened was, when I played the demo once, I instantly wanted to have another race. Now mind you, I didn't get this far up the leaderboard on the race, but I didn't care. I was just like, whoa, this is just incredible. I just want to play it again and again and again. And I did. I must have played just this one demo for well over an hour and a half, just playing the same race over and over again. My mate was actually cracking up. He's like, dude, can I have a go? I was just like, yeah, in a minute, one more race. That's all I was doing, that's all I was saying. I was just like, whoa, you know. This is just incredible. Even just playing it now just brings back so many memories. It really is incredible. Such an awesome game. And definitely, even to this day, still my favourite Formula 1 game. First proper one I actually played, and for me it's still my favourite.
In fourth position, Damon Hill. And the gap is closing. That was almost certainly a collision there. Spectacular overtaking there. That's into first place.
Yeah, I never got first place in my first attempt, that's for sure. But again, this was incredible. I just, you know, you can't even begin to imagine I was just totally speechless. It was insane. I absolutely loved the experience of it. I couldn't wait then to tell everybody about it, all my brothers and my other friends and stuff. It's just, absolutely insane. That's how good the PlayStation 1 is, and still is for me, in my opinion. And even my brothers and my best friends, we still regularly talk about the PlayStation and how much fun we had with it. And it's just, I can't even begin to describe, you know, just the feeling that it gave me when I first played it. And I'm sure a lot of people out there as well that are mad into their games would feel the same. This is just absolutely incredible. And it's funny because with all the demos, I wanted to just keep playing them all, and I kept coming back to Formula 1. I was just obsessed with playing this demo. I was just like, yeah, just have to keep playing it. Just so much fun. Really was so much fun. And then Resident Evil then on top of that as well. It's just absolutely insane. I was just like, you can actually walk around a mansion, going through doors, trying to hide and run away from zombies, trying to shoot them and getting killed, them biting you and killing you. Just like, and it was scary as hell. Just like, oh my god. I'd imagine a lot of you out there, if you were in the same boat, I'd imagine that when you first experienced a lot of these games as well, you probably would have been in the same boat. You would have been like, yeah, you would have just been completely just gobsmacked and blown away by how cool console was in the games that were out at the time. they were really well ahead of their time. So they were, and it brought everything just to a whole new level. It really changed everything. And I remember just going home to my mates then the next day and trying to explain to my brothers, and my other friend Derek was over in the house, and they laughed at me. They were like, "You're full of it. You're lying. This isn't real what you're actually saying." Because I was so excited, I just couldn't wait to tell them what I saw in the games that I played. I was just like completely just, I was ecstatic. And they were laughing at me, but at the same time, they were just winding me up too. But at the same time, they genuinely did not believe it. Because even now, we still have talks about it now. Even my friends, my brothers, and even Derek does still to say to me, and Stephen and the two boys will actually say to me, says, "We were laughing at you at the time, Peter, but we genuinely did not believe you. We thought you were full of it. We genuinely thought you were lying." And for a couple of weeks after that, it was kind of the same. I kept going on about it, but they still didn't believe me. I was like, you know what? They need to experience it for themselves. They need to see this for themselves. So let's just put it this way: when they did, they were in for a shock, because again, they hadn't experienced anything like what I'd seen with this console. And oh boy, yeah, they got the shock of their lives too. Yeah, it's just, I'm still even speechless even now, even thinking about it. Just the thought of it is just a big smile on my face, because it was definitely, if not one of the best experiences I've ever had playing video games. Like, to be introduced to it, to be completely just blown away by what was available, playing 3D games, playing Formula 1, playing Monster Trucks, playing Destruction Derby, smashing the cars, playing like futuristic ship racing with Wipeout, then running away and shooting zombies in a derelict mansion, scaring the crap out of you, then travelling through time, and then you were shooting like freaking like ships with, shooting aliens and stuff. And it's just like everything was just on steroids. You're just like, this is absolutely insane. So I'm sure a lot of you out there have also had similar experiences especially with your first experience with the PlayStation, and I'm sure that you have a lot of stories to tell. That's the main reason why I'm creating videos like this, because I want to explain my stories and the fun times that I've actually had, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have had great experiences with playing the PlayStation, even just the video games in general, and it's only right that we all share our stories, because it's good to always remember those good times, because they're always a really good thing to reflect on. And the funny thing is, you'll always go back to play these games all the time. Like, I still go back and play these games regularly every so often. I'll always play Resident Evil 1. But I'd like to know what your favourite memories are of your PlayStation. What were your first memories in general of the console? What games did you play? And how did you find it? Did you enjoy it? Make sure to drop a comment down below, because I'd love to hear what you actually experienced with the console when you first got involved with it. So that's it for this one. I have plenty more stories to share, as I played a lot of games in this console, and I tend to share as many stories as I possibly can. So until next time, make sure to keep those gaming memories alive.